Hello, and welcome to my presentation on the impact of immersive storytelling on audience engagement. In this short presentation, I'll explore how immersive storytelling engages audiences in new ways, how technologies like VR and AR support it, and what challenges it might bring. Today, traditional storytelling is no longer limited to the pages of a book or the frame of a screen. Thanks to emerging technologies like virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, and 360-degree video, we're stepping into stories, literally. Immersive storytelling uh, isn't just about watching or reading, it's about experiencing a narrative from within. It allows us to feel present in a story's world, to interact with it, and sometimes even influence it. We look at specific examples where immersive storytelling has heightened emotional engagement, deepened understanding, and build empathy in ways traditional formats often cannot. We'll also explore the different types of immersion and why this matter for both the creator and the audience. So let's begin. Why immersive storytelling works. Okay, so what is immersive storytelling? Immersive storytelling enhances engagement by moving beyond passive watching. It creates emotional and sensory immersion and helps audiences not just observe a story but experience it. At its core, it's a form of narrative that doesn't just tell a story but actually lets the audience enter it visually, emotionally, and spatially. Agrawal defines this as a shift in attentional state that deepens mental involvement. Immersion is a cognitive phenomenon where the user shifts their attention away from the real world and enters a stories universe where the boundaries between reality and fiction begin to blur. And also, as Renda notes, when learners or viewers are immersed, they're not just processing content, they're living it. And of course, that makes all the difference. Now, let's look at a few examples that show immersive storytelling in action. First, we have Wolves in the Walls, which is a VR narrative where the viewer becomes a character in the story. It's an emotional and interactive format that allows the user to influence the narrative, and in this way, it creates a deeply engaging experience. We also have the Traveling While Black, a 360 documentary that places viewers face to face with people sharing real stories about racial injustice. This kind of immersion builds empathy by placing us in someone else's emotional state. Number three is Pokemon Go, which is a globally successful AR experience where digital characters are layered over real world geography. I have played Pokemon Go myself. It may be a game, but it's also a form of narrative where players become protagonists in their own journeys in order to catch all the Pokemons they seek, etc. And there are also tools like Tilt Brush that allow users to create art within a 3D space, demonstrated how immersive storytelling can be participatory, visual, and expressive. And as you can see, there are all the links that you can go to and find more information about these apps. From these examples, we can see that immersive storytelling isn't limited to one format, but rather it's a broad creative field that can blend art, empathy, interaction, and of course, above all, innovation. Now, these technologies that we've seen so far create spatial, emotional, and identity based immersion. So, according to Brenda, this combination can transport audiences into the story world by shifting space, time, and sometimes even body perspective. Immersive storytelling relies heavily on specific technologies to create powerful experiences. We have virtual reality, VR, that offers total immersion by transporting users into a fully digital world. The audience is often isolated from the physical environment and interacts using motion, and it is ideal for building emotional and spatial engagement. We also have augmented reality, AR. AR overlays digital objects into the real world, like Pokemon Go that we saw earlier, or some AR museum guides. The user remains grounded in reality while also gaining context of information and information inside a story. Mixed reality, MR, goes further by allowing real time interaction between physical and virtual objects. In MR, you might manipulate a digital object on your real desk or collaborate with a holographic character in a real room. And finally, we have this 360 video, which places the viewer at the center of the story. Unlike traditional film, the viewer controls the perspective and can look in all directions, creating a powerful sense of presence. According to Agarwal, these technologies influence not just what we see, but how we engage, shifting our intention and emotional state to create what they call graded immersive experiences. So, while immersive storytelling offers exciting new possibilities, it also raises some important challenges. First, VR headsets and MR equipment, of course, remain expensive and out of reach for many educators and also artists, learners. I can't imagine having this equipment in a public school in Greece, for example. This creates a digital divide where only some audiences can fully participate. Second, we have accessibility. Not everyone can use immersive technologies. Users with visual, auditory, or vestibular impairments may experience discomfort, disorientation, or even nausea. And a third, overstimulation. Immersive formats can lead to sensory overload. According to Ockerville, while immersion claim aims to deepen attention, it can also backfire. It can cause fatigue, distraction, emotional exhaustion if it is poorly designed. Finally, there are also some ethical concerns. Immersive narratives can be extremely persuasive. This makes them powerful tools, but also potentially manipulative. Designers must be intentional about how the stories influence emotions, beliefs, and behavior. And as immersive storytelling becomes more and more widespread, we need to address these challenges with empathy and ethical awareness in order to avoid manipulative behaviors or using those tools for the wrong reasons. To wrap up, immersive storytelling transforms audiences into participants. When used thoughtfully with both creativity and care, it has the power to revolutionize how we connect with stories. It doesn't just show us a narrative, it places inside it. Using technologies like VR, AR, MR, and 360 video, creators can transport audiences to new emotional, physical, and mental spaces. But as we've seen, this power comes with great responsibility. So designers must think critically about accessibility, about inclusivity, and about emotional impact. As Render reminds us, immersive storytelling isn't just about tools, it's about creating meaningful and reflective experiences that resonate deeply with the audience. Thank you very much. Bye bye.